Hello and welcome everybody to Proficiency Bonus. My name is Dan, aka Vol Pirate, and welcome to another episode of Alien RPG Evolved Edition. This is Building Better Worlds, Frontier Fortune, episode Lucky 13. Last week, our crew explored Akbar Station again. However, it was for a slightly different reason this time. Someone had been murdered, and they found out that the likely suspected killer was missing as well. So the station went into lockdown after the crew just hired their new mechanic. Uh, the station brought everyone together and started their search of the station looking for that person who was missing. Isaac, on his end, was down at the medical ward, um, just doing medical things. And the crew that was searching the bottom half came down, and he saw them essentially get torn to pieces. And he said, well, this isn't good, and I'm not going to sit here. So he started working on getting presumably weapons ready. On the other end of the station, Tilly and Stanley went exploring the opposite side, and Tilly saw a nightmare while awake. And this nightmare happened to take Tade, and the crew, not knowing what Tilly was on, went after looking for Tade. And that is where we left off. So, we did give out experience points. Did anyone want to use any experience points?
I did.
All right.
So I'd like to use some points to bring up my mobility. I
Okay.
believe to go from it's 2 times 15
What are
or
you going to? Are you going to 2 or
2 or
going to
3
3?
or
3?
3.
So it's 3
Three
times
times
5.
five. Yeah, so 15.
I wish it was numbered out instead of having to count each pip.
Yeah. That is actually a good point, because I had to count all those when I switched everything over, and I probably counted about 6 times because I just didn't trust myself.
So 15 you say. All right, I'm going to put it out and then I'm going to count it out.
Okay. Anybody else
Alright,
in the room?
4, 5,
I'm
6.
doing the same thing actually, bringing my mobility up from
Okay.
1 to 2, so spending
Right,
10.
there we go. I spent 15. Now it's out of 3.
So we got 2 people who are presumably getting ready to run.
Or
Uh,
hide.
or hide. Fair, fair. Tilly, anything on your end?
Not enough strength, not enough experience to bring strength up, so nothing today.
Okay. So that wraps up experience. As always, with that, anything anyone wants to bring up before we start?
My personal safety is paramount above all else, so protect
Well, unless you have that
the
talent
company
that
rep.
puts people in front of you, you're gonna have to suffer like the rest of us.
Welcome in, Zephyr. Never played Alien, but looks cool. It is a lot of fun. You have joined I don't know if you've seen the previous ones, but this is the height of the excitement right now, so you have joined the perfect time. All right, so let's go ahead and get this switched over to the map. Let everyone switch over. One more just waiting on. Doesn't look like Peter's switched over. There we go. Okay. So, just as a quick reminder, we are going to run through the map real quick since it has been a week. Tilly and Stanley are all down here. This is the way that the Nightmare and Tade went, allegedly. All these people over here in the bottom right, we moved them off the map just to get them out to declutter. But however, for the most part, they are all here in the center of the map. That is where William Kane is also running the operation for this search. Kane has also heard from both ends that there is a large creature that killed people, and then a nightmare at the other end, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. Presumably, Dr. Akbar is in her tower the highest room and the highest peak of the highest tower. And then at the opposite end, we have Liam down in the medical center with Dr. Eli and the crazy person. And let's see, you guys were working on the incendiary devices, I believe, last I checked. So let's pick up there.
Yeah, so essentially, having studied a variety of life forms, he's found that there's always one thing in common that they all seem to hate or at least distance themselves from them, which is fire. So he was just planning on, grabbing some Bunsen burners, beakers, some pressurized canisters, and see if he can't work with Eli, who was, of course, a former colonial marine, and see if they can't whip together some sort of slapdash, like flame sprayer, something to at least scare it off, whatever this thing might be.
Yeah, absolutely. So Eli's sitting there and he's like, all right. And he's grabbing all like the different types of alcohol or flammable liquids that he could possibly think of. And he's rummaging through and he's rushing around, knocking some things over, grabbing different bottles, canisters, grabbing different aerosol sprays, possibly, just looking for anything and everything that he could possibly think of and just basically throwing it on the table. And you see just absolute unorganized chaos as he is just kind of rummaging through everything, uh, just trying to get anything together.
I've never seen a creature of that size act so quickly. Not even the harvesters of Terraform 3 have shown such capacity for violence.
Uh, I, I I have no idea what you are talking about. All I know is I don't want to go out there. You do. I want to be able to defend myself. You want to, I don't know, attack it. I don't know.
Defend
But
myself. What, do you think I'm a marine like you?
so
I'm just trying to get to my ship.
I may not actually be a Marine. I may have
Live?
enlisted and got partway through school and
You mean training camp, boot camp. Good God. I've been dealing with... Do you even have medical training of any kind?
they showed us how to kind of plug wounds, and the rest I kind of learned off my Siegson tablet.
No wonder you were thrown in this backwater. Well, in any case, you can stay here all you like. I need to make sure that I survive.
All right.
However, we need to address the elephant in the room, and he's going to glance over towards the patient, who I assume is still stark raving mad and panicking.
No, remember, fell comatose. He started this. We retconned a little bit.
Right, he's comatose.
He screamed and then went comatose.
I see.
So the elephant's quiet, sleeping peacefully tonight beneath the jungle. A wingawet.
All right. So aside from the elevator, is there any other way to get down towards the main thoroughfare?
There are two ways. The first one is the elevator. The second one is the emergency stairs.
All
The
right.
fourth one is blowing a hole in the wall and hoping someone catches you in space.
Well, there must be also like the maintenance tunnels, right? In addition to the stairs and the shaft.
All the way down here, I don't think so. I think it's going to be a singular point because Mother's here, and it's going to be, when you look at this design, this is the singular shaft traveling down.
But then, how does air get to from life support all the way up
The
here?
tubes run down the center column, so the
Uh,
center spiral carries all the different ducts and airways, and then they divvy them out. So not all of them are going to be very large, like you see in the movies. A lot of those are just.
Well, the ones in Alien are though. We've seen like the ship on Nostromo and Alien Isolation that they're man-sized.
But those ones are a little bit different. For a station, this one's going to have a more, whatchamacallit, efficient system, and it's going to be.
So Sevastopol had that, and that was a station. Never mind, that's fine. I'm
It's just up
different
here.
model station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The
So
Vents
ventilation
in
might
those
be
were
bigger
for the
down in
game.
the
Yeah.
so
the ventilation might be different in the main part.
How much time do we need to spend cobbling together this deterrent?
I was going to say, how many are you attempting to make, or do you want me to give you a number and then we will roll for how many you succeed in?
Well, what I'm trying to make is some sort of like, well, I guess with the time on hand, it might be best just to make some, Molotov cocktails. So I guess he's trying to make a few. I
Okay.
guess he'd spend like at least a few turns making them.
Okay. I would say Molotov cocktails and just your standard like aerosol can and a lighter. Those are very easy. I'm going to say that's pretty easy to do. You will
So
have a lot of equipment for that in terms
Yeah.
of trying to generate a flamethrower or rig something up. I don't know if you would have all the pieces for that here.
Well, I assume that the quarantine labs might have a portable one in case needed to decontaminate.
All of it's been emptied out.
Well, there's still the cargo bay that's all around. They keep these for storage.
Yes, the storage, you could rummage through the storage absolutely for different things. So go ahead
It's just not
and
where you are.
yeah, go ahead and roll
D6?
me. Yeah, I was like a D6, but then I was like, did you want to do a D20 just for funsies? It's up to you. I'll leave it to you.
Well, let's stick with the dice we would have.
Okay.
Uh, so I have 2 Molotov cocktails.
Yep, that's exactly how I was going to score that out.
So how much blast power do we have? Since like explosives in this game are determined by the amount of blast power they have, and thus the amount of D6.
Yep. So
Well, a Molotov cocktail doesn't
bills.
have a blast. It's just fire.
Yeah, it's just
In that
liquid and
case, what kind
fire.
of damage would it be?
Yep, I was just pulling that up. Molotov cocktail, where are you? Huh, it is not in there, so it's not under equipment. It must be under.
It would just be like the fire damage and how long it lasts.
Yeah, I was just trying to get the equipment and the weapons. Here we go. So they should have
Molotov actually part of
Molotov.
that?
I thought so.
Would
I
I
don't remember
use,
seeing Molotovs as part
Would
of
I
it.
use ranged combat for throwing? I assume so, eh? What is the stat
Sort
used
of.
for throwing grenades in the system?
That's what I was just going to look at next because I don't see Molotov cocktail. I thought it was in here, to be honest.
I don't remember ever seeing Molotov as part of the
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so there is no blast power wouldn't be used, but fire intensity would.
Yes.
So how intense is this flame we're talking about? I assume it's going to be like fire intensity 6, maybe 4 or 6.
That's what I'm just switching over. I just looked at the grenade, and now I'm looking at the fire
And once we
incinerator.
decide that, we can swap over to Matilda or Stanley after that. So
Yep.
I don't want to take up too much time working on this.
So we will go with pretty standard between the grenades and the incinerator is a 2 between, and since it's going to be, I'm going to say it's probably slightly less. So I'm going to say damage is 1, and then fire intensity for the incinerator unit is a 9. Because that is right, and
Yeah.
So as a reference, I'm going to say we're probably going to put that at probably a 5 because you can't keep that continuous and you have to hit it just right to
So
get
how
that.
is fire intensity of 5? How does fire intensity work again in this game?
That's what I was going to have to pull back up once we get to that point and see what that
If
looks
I remember
like.
right, it's the amount of turns that the fire lasts.
burns. Yeah.
And then the fire damage is constant, but it's the amount of time that it lasts.
Yeah, so I think it's
So it's 1 damage per
one
night
damage per
turn.
turn. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So he's gonna put 2 of those. He's gonna, put them in his lab coat pockets, and then
Alright.
prepare to make his way out, and then we can pass it over.
Okay. So you get that all suit up, and then Eli kind of like looks, and he only has one for himself, and he kind of like looks at you, and he's like, who says you get two? And then we'll segue
The one who's
over.
going out.
So we are going to pop back over to Tilly, Stanley, Gadget, Security Guard 2. That is his official ID document passport name is Security
Oh
Guard.
no, he doesn't have an actual name. He's doomed.
And
Wearing a red shirt too?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Here's fire intensity real quick.
Okay.
Starting roll a number of dice based on the equal amount of the intensity, and for every die rolled, you suffer 1 point of damage.
Okay. All right. So going back to the group down here, you guys were over on this left side over here between docks C and D. You were kind of searching the area. And then while Tilly was up there on the vent, sees Tade get taken by this nightmare. Comes through the hydroponics, not to be confused with hydrophonics. And then partway through, you see kind of Tade's shoe closer towards dock A and B. And you guys had already searched that area and nothing was there. And Security Guard 2 goes and kind of opens the door, clicks the button, and the door's kind of open. Kind of has his pistol out, kind of peeking through. Anything in particular that you guys want to be doing in this interim as you're progressing?
So Tilly's got her, I don't know if that's flipping in the camera, but her bolt gun out.
Okay.
And standard spaceship repair equipment, but it's got a pretty powerful shot in there.
Stanley's holding the flashlight.
So yeah, Tilly's right up there in the front with security guy.
Okay, and then Gadget does have. So Gadget does have a pulse rifle, but I don't. No, because Gadget and Flash, I think, were both on the ship, so they probably would have grabbed their weapons after the murder, given the situation. So yes, I would say Gadget does have his pulse rifle as well.
I was gonna say he was wearing his off-duty, like his blues basically.
And I think it was Flash that was with you, the last one getting off the ship. And
yeah,
basically Flash would have like radioed in with Gadget, and Gadget probably would have radioed back and been like, "Bring my rifle." All right. Let me look at your character sheet just for the skills again. I was like,
I have stamina, mobility, command, manipulation, observation, and contact.
yeah, I was wondering if there was like hearing. For some reason, I was like, "Is there hearing? Is that?" But I just said it just falls under observation.
That's observation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So who's leading the way? Would it be Tilly, Stanley, or would you both be side by side?
I'm between the people with the guns.
And Tilly?
Tilly's definitely pushing forward.
All right, give me observation then, since you are closer to the front. All right, 2 successes. Very nice. You come to the door and you hear the of the door opening. You kind of quietly step through. Your boots are kind of hitting the ground. The door closes behind you. You guys are like small chatter back and forth, like whispers. Nothing crazy. Just, do you see anything? What's going on? Just the standard chatter. And then you hear what appears to be faint talking. And it's coming from the right side towards Dock B. What would you like to do?
Just to clarify, the talking, is it like words, or just it sounds like talking but can't make out words?
It definitely sounds like talking, but you can't quite make it out. But it's one of those things where you're like, I'm pretty sure someone's talking over there.
Okay. Well, I think Tilly's would just kind of go forward cautiously and quietly as possible.
All right. Are you going to bring everyone with you, or are you all going to split up? What's the game plan there?
Oh yeah, I think Tilly would sort of
Let's
motion
split up, gang.
like,
Yeah. I have
Shut
to
up.
ask. Trust me, I did that the first time we played. I found out you don't split up groups, especially in Alien.
Especially in Alien.
It was my first time playing. I had no idea. I got a head bite and I was dead in the first battle.
is a very kind game mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tilly would sort of gesture like this way,
Okay. So I would put you kind of like going down the hall. Stanley, go ahead and make me an observation.
Okay. That tracks.
All right. Go ahead and do the stress test.
All right. Where is there is stress response, right? Yeah, there it is.
Tunnel vision skill rolls based on wits get -2. Okay.
Oh yay, that's all my like main roles based on too.
Things are going to go very well for you this stream if you have to
Yeah.
roll.
No, this is 100%. Completely tracks.
As you're coming around the corner, all you hear is this faint talking. He's like, "Very good. You've been a good girl."
That. Mm, mm, yeah.
We can we see where it's coming from?
Would you like to push forward?
Yeah.
All right.
Tilly's
So as you push
go ahead.
forward,
I'm just like, I'm repulsed and disgusted, yet I can't look away.
you see someone standing there, and he's in military fatigues, and he kind of is in like kind of the position, the arms behind the back, kind of at attention, and he's kind of staring, and he's looking into this ship, and is just kind of looking. Let me see. Okay, we're going to do stealth here. Page 55.
That is a mobility check, and it will be against their observation, I believe.
Yes.
Now, the question is there group? I don't remember if there are group stealth rolls.
Yes, so it's if it's group, it's one person does a roll for the group. And you can choose whoever it is. Now, if you want to go independent, then you have to do it person by person. But it's your choice. You can do it by group, do a group roll, or you can do it individually.
Let me see here. Is there like any bonuses for the stuff, or is it just the?
So page 56 has the table. It just says PCs move one zone. If they come within line of sight of an NPC, make a passive, open, opposed observation roll. For a group, the highest roll counts. So actually, everybody in the group can roll then. Yeah, here's the group. When several characters moving this group come in the line of sight, all characters get to roll observation. Only the best roll counts. All right, so you guys get advantage.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, so Tilly,
because it's passive, I don't have to roll stress, correct?
Correct. If you did get added stress there, just make sure you remove that stress if a point did get added. I'm not sure if it does based on that. Okay, so Stanley did 2. You got 2. All right, I'm going to do an observation roll for the NPCs. Since there's 2 of them, it says that you can just do a group roll. Well, I guess if it's identical stats, let's see. What are they? 4. Let's just do it. Yeah, 2. All right, and 1. So now let's do.
Was that their stealth?
Yes, that was their observation for security guard 2 and gadget also rolling. So you all have 2 is the highest roll. So now, unless you want to wait, I don't think you push yet.
I don't know if you can.
No, well, the reason I was asking if you're
right.
rolling observation, because observation's off of wits, when stealth is mobility, which is off agility.
So maybe they changed it, yeah, because this says here stealth sequence, just roll observation.
That's for the that should be for the person who's looking for the.
I think it's both.
Yeah, it's
the idea being that, like, if you know what's happening with the other person, you know where to hide. Possibly.
So it says, yeah, for this one, it says PCs move one zone. If they come in the line of sight with the NPC, which is what you guys would have done, that's when you make the open opposed observation roll as a group. So then we will roll for, and he got a 1. So you all are still hidden. He does not see you. This individual, this person in military fatigue, apparently made some off-the-cuff comment about being a good girl. And when you look, all you see is this individual looking into this ship that is docked there. Which, Tilly, you would know, that is the resupply ship.
Would Tilly have ever come across this gentleman before?
Nope.
And is there any, like, other than it being military, can I tell, like, they seem to be affiliated? No logos or?
I would go ahead and give me another observation.
Okay.
Passive.
Okay. That's what it. Okay, so in this case, it's basically, do we see the other person first and him back out?
Yeah.
What it is.
Okay, so Tilly, you can confirm you have never seen these uniforms ever before. It's not it's not any corporation. Like, you haven't even seen it on this station through just passerbys. Like, you haven't even seen a corporation that you've never heard of dock, and they just kind of come out in their uniform. You know, everybody has different uniforms. You haven't even seen this coloration, this style and everything. Like, no point have you seen this.
Okay. Well, I think, like, we're supposed to be on lockdown. People are like, this is like super weird. So, like any sensible person would, Tilly's gonna like keep going forward and say, "Who the hell are you?"
Oh, okay. So we're going that way. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So Stanley, make sure you're ready to run. No, I'm kidding. So Tilly comes out yelling, and this person who's standing there, as you yell, just kind of turns his head. He goes, "Oh, good evening. How may I help you?"
Did you not hear me the first time? What are you doing on our station?
Ah, yes. I am here with the resupply ship. We are currently here to make sure that all the supplies get delivered safely and sound.
You're not the regular crew. What's going on?
Oh, times change. People come, people go.
So where did they go?
That is not
Back
for
to
me to
whom?
decide. They went where they went. I am here now.
Tilly's going to sort of look back towards Stanley, being the corporate guy, like trying to give a nod, being like, "This is kind of your arena, not mine."
It's all like, this isn't my station.
Because who may I ask I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Well, I'm Tilly Schaefer. I'm a mechanic around here,
Uh,
but we're in lockdown. Like?
and it is most gracious
Is it-
to meet you. My name is Alexander. And he kind of gives a curt, like, little bow. And he goes, "You mentioned something about lockdown?"
Yeah, there's some creatures gotten loose. We've one of our one of the, what's his name?
Tade.
Tade. Um, one of the men from the station. He just got dragged towards this area, and yeah, we're on high alert. Don't really know what's going on. Picked up a hell of a time to unload.
He's like, "Tade." He kind of thinks and he goes, "Well, I don't know anyone by that name, but I did find someone laying here on the ground." And he kind of goes and he starts kind of describing exactly what Tade looks like. He goes, "He was unconscious on the floor here, and we went and brought him up onto the ship. You're more than welcome to come aboard. You can come up. I'll show you exactly where he is."
Yeah, can not that I've got very good. I would not be great at it. Yeah, I think Tilly's gonna be like, "Yeah, like we need to see if he's okay. Does he need medical attention?"
"Oh no, I think he's quite in capable hands. But please," and he starts to lead the way onto the ship.
What's the role to check for innuendo?
Would that be manipulation? Would that be a manipulation?
I think I'm more observation.
I, I I think manipulation's typically used to manipulate others, but also to detect the manipulation.
That's what I was thinking.
Ye-
That's what I'm checking again real quick. I think you're
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, I think it will become a challenged manipulation.
I believe
Or-
so. Let me see. Manipulation is on page.
Skill is 47, manipulation, not mind control, negotiating position.
Uh,
If the person is actively opposed to your point of view, this is opposed manipulation, page 44, and your chances are affected by your negotiating position, which is affected by the position below. If you have more people on your side, what you ask for doesn't cost your opponent anything. Your opponent has suffered damage. You've helped your opponent previously. You present your case very well, determined by the GM. -1 is if your opponent has more people. You ask for something valuable or dangerous. Your opponent has nothing to gain. You are having trouble understanding each other, and you are talking via radio or at a distance.
Yeah, I think that because the skills in Alien are so general that
Yeah.
this sounds like the correct thing for it.
Yeah. So basically, we'll just do, if you want to do it, we can do opposed manipulation. So,
All right, let's see if my -2 fucks me over this today.
all right. So you got a 2. And then we will go with Alexander. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, so basically you won the manipulation. And as you're listening to this, you can kind of sense like a subtle quiver of his lip, and it just doesn't look right. Almost like he said, "Yes, he's in quite capable hands." And then he's like starts quivering, like almost
Like he's
like,
trying to hide a smirk, basically.
yeah, just not quite, and it's also just not moving quite normal as well.
He's a synth. Get him.
Is that how you're playing it? That's like,
Tilly doesn't know what you know right now, so Tilly's like
Tilly's going to keep
okay,
progressing.
Yeah.
is going to keep going.
I'll like I'll put my hand on your shoulder, be like, yeah, this ain't right.
And Alexander kind of like just keeps walking very formally, hands behind the back, just obnoxiously perfect as he walks partway up the ramp and just kind of looks back and he goes, "Are you not coming? Your friend is probably delighted to see you."
I'll look at it. You said is it Flash or Gadget though? You said is with us.
Gadget.
Gadget. I'll look at Gadget and just be like, yeah, he. I don't think he's all there.
And Gadget just
Like, well,
turns.
we could keep this guy back, and we can go. A group of us could go check the ship out.
Gadget turns to you and goes, "What do you mean this guy's not right?"
He's too calm and a little too knowing.
Too calm and knowing. I don't know what that means. Like, all I know is I
I don't know how to describe it. He's just like he seems like he's up to something.
and security guard 2 is sitting there and he's like, "Jim's never missed a shipment. Like, he always brings the resupply. I've never seen this person before." Because we should radio it in. You know what? We should probably radio it in. And that is where we're going to pause and go back over to Isaac, who's getting ready to brave the great unknown of the bottom of this spire.
I always thought that the medical bay was on the top of the spire.
Top,
we said
bottom, left, right. It's space.
Well,
Yeah,
because
what is it?
because last time we talked about how this thing was very similar to the Novagorod, and the last few aliens have always, alien space stations we've seen, that being, Gateway, Novogorod, Sevastopol, have always had, those like round domes on the bottom of
Mhm.
the stations. Those were, always thought those were the reactors. I think in the floor
Yeah.
plans of the RPG, so I always thought the medical station was at the very top.
Let me ask you
I
this: does it really matter for your positioning right now?
Well, it matters if I'm climbing up or going down.
I
Does
would
it?
say we'll put okay, well, what do you prefer?
I always thought that this was the top of the station.
All right. We'll put it so that way we'll make sure we'll confirm it like this is the top and then going down. And then all the way down here and the bottom left is the bottom
Yep.
and then kind of working through that way. All right.
Yep.
So, Eli's sitting there with this one Molotov and he's not happy that you have two.
It's simple, elementary math, Eli. Either we split up and two of you with one Molotov cocktail, or the two of us go and we have three Molotov cocktails, including any possible equipment we'll find in the Turian lab storage. We should be more than equipped to make our way towards the docking bay. Unless you have any other brilliant ideas. But seeing as you ended up here, I doubt you have many.
And he kind of like looks around and
Empathy
looks
of
up.
two, everybody.
Yeah. And he looks around and he sees the dead body in there still because you guys brought the body back for kind of doing
Yeah.
an autopsy. And he looks over to the left and he sees the comatose patient. And then he kind of like looks out the window and sees like still like sees the blood out on the walls and smeared. And he's just like, I don't, I don't want to, but I guess I'll stick with you and we'll leave the other
Right.
guy here.
Right. He is honestly a liability. Liability. It's best if he stays where he is. At the very least, keeping quiet might keep him from being noticed. I didn't see any eyes on that creature. I'm not exactly sure how it senses its environment, so in any case, we'll have to move slowly and carefully. How hard is it to access the emergency stairwell or ladder system?
He,
Because I imagine it's like, since it's the same tube, it's like the ladders are like built on the side of like the tube, so you just climb down or up.
yeah, so this one I'm gonna say because a lot of the movies they kind of dramatize it a little bit to have the scary way of the elevator coming down and you're gonna get squished.
Well,
Uh,
no, there's more than enough of a safety thing.
yeah, so usually you're gonna have like an actual deep amount of space in your own little cubby. So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it's fairly easy. You kind of take the hatch, you would have to pull it down, and he's trying to explain this to you, and he's like, you just take the hatch, you pull it down, and then you open the door. Um, and then you just have the stairwell going down, or sorry, the ladder going down.
Perhaps it might be best if we consult Mother on this scenario. If we can get a better idea of what state the station is in, perhaps we can even lift the lockdown. Because if it's still active, then that means we're stuck in the station without being able to leave. I remember hearing the docking clamps magnetically attach to the ship. In any case, I can either try and force my way through, or we'll need to find the I forget who was in charge of this station.
Dr. Akbar. So she's going
Then
to
we'll
be on the main level in the highest tower, so to speak. So
then we'll have to find the good doctor. But in the meantime, I'll see if I can't make my way into the Mother Mayframe.
he's sitting there. He goes, I, I, I wouldn't do that. That Doctor Akbar would get very mad if you got in there.
But Eli, who are you more afraid of now? The potential repercussions of being shipped off to a backwater colony, somehow even worse than this station, or dealing with that xenomorph, that creature that is outside right now?
Like, it
I
just kind of
thought
looks at
so.
you and is just like, it's outside.
It was outside. Not sure where it is now.
Don't open the door. If it's outside, don't open the door.
Eli, well, you might want to make use of any naprovaline you might have. Panic in this situation is highly unadvisable. Oh, and
The-
uh,
yep.
s- speaking of, is there any naprovaline Isaac can take? I believe the drug can reduce my stress down to 0, if I'm not
I mean, nap
mistaken.
relief.
Yeah, let
Naprovaline,
me.
sorry. Hang on. It's under medicine.
Billy's carrying some. Doesn't help you much.
Reduce the stress level to 0 when
Yeah, this is the medical bit.
activated. Yeah, because it's not a narcotic or anything, nap relief would be available and would be in the station.
All right. So he's gonna grab one before he goes. And how is it taken? Is it oral? Is it an injection? I assume it says under. I'll have to
I
check
believe it's
the.
injectable.
Injectable instant pain reliever.
All right. Well, he's gonna grab it and stick it into his neck, like he's practiced injections like that 1,000 times. And I guess that reduces all my stress down to 0. Are there any other side effects for the first time usage?
First time, no. But if you use it more than once in the same shift, you get a -1 modification to all agility-based rolls until the end of the shift.
That makes sense. Does
Kills
reducing all
you
my
out a
stress
lot.
also remove my deflated state and my twitchy panic response?
I wasn't sure if removing stress removes that because it sounds like they have separated the two.
Well,
Um,
stress and panic both come from the stress tokens. It's just how you
yeah,
use that stress. I imagine it's like when you're no longer stressed, you no longer have those responses. And seeing as the drug I'm using reduces all that, it would also remove the stress responses.
yeah. I was just curious if the Evolved Edition, if they had changed any of the rules since they've been changing subtle rules. But I would say you could probably go ahead and get rid of that.
Okay.
And then that's how we'll just play it for now. And if we figure it out later, we can retcon if we need to. But
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's
They have the medic career, but not like medicine in the freaking
yeah.
index here.
Well, that's what first aid is.
No, the career medic.
Oh, well, that's what the medic is the career.
Right. I was searching for medicine. They have medic.
yeah,
Yes.
it's called pharmaceutical, is what they call it.
Yeah.
Uh,
It so
yeah,
each
also not in the
each
index.
each stress level that you reduce by 1 point, it says to choose one stress response to be removed.
All right.
Right.
So then, yeah.
What page is this on?
Well, I got 72, 73 in the rule book, but
Yeah,
Okay.
72 is stress response or stress level, yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Perfect. All right.
So Eli takes the nap relief and he sees you stab your neck and he just like looks at you like you're insane and then like jabs it into his thigh.
don't look at me like that. I work in xenobiology. I deal with vaccinations all the time. This is a muscle relaxant, so the quickest way to my nervous system, the better.
He's just looking at you. He's like, doesn't make it any less painful without the laughter because I'm just thinking about you jabbing this needle into your neck. Oh, it's hurting me right now. And I'm not even looking at it, but my mind is thinking about it. Oh,
maybe it's one of the ones that uses like air pressure and it forces it into the skin.
okay.
Well, that's what I imagine. Yeah,
That's what
it's one that looks like EpiPens.
I'm thinking like the big giant needle just
No.
goes through and like, uh,
No, like an actual EpiPen or whatever.
yeah. So Eli starts to calm down. And he's like, okay, you're right. You're right. You're
How'd it
right.
go?
We can try mother. And then I would.
You best stay here. I believe I only need one person, and I'd rather not have anyone cause more noise than need be.
Yeah. I'll close the doors here, and I'll look out the window, and then when you're ready, then we can go.
All right. And yep, Isaac is gonna check out the window, make sure the coast is clear, and then once it is, he'll have the door open, and then slowly but surely make his way towards the mother mainframe.
Okay, do a
Mobility roll.
yeah. Let's do mobility.
Success.
Yeah, you make your way over to the mainframe, and you're quiet as a mouse. You don't slip on any of the blood, any of the various human flesh that's sitting there, different internal organs. Now, if you would get stressed by that, I'll leave that to you. You did just take some nap relief, so I don't know
Yeah.
how. I'll leave that to you, whether or not that affects you.
I imagine he's still coursing through his system, and he's worked with a bunch of blood and guts already, having performed various autopsies. So
Okay.
the violence, however, it's pretty stressful. But I imagine he's fine for now. If he sees any fresh violence, new violence, then that's probably going to stress him out a bit, like any
Okay.
normal human.
Awesome. Yeah, so you get up into the mainframe, and uh it's got some decent sized doors to it. You can clearly tell, like, most doors, mainframes, like, with a little bit, I wouldn't say a little bit, with a significant bit of work, you could probably get through them. With these
All
ones,
right.
it's like this is massive bulkhead. It's like you're probably not getting through. You're gonna need like a whole mechanic crew. Um,
Well, Where's the nearest like?
yep,
Because there must be a terminal outside to insert your
yes.
key card and type in codes and stuff.
Yep. And so when you're looking at it, you're examining this door, and it's massive, it's strong. And then, but it, like you're saying, to the left, it just has your standard terminal sitting there.
Right.
And so it has the key card, it has the swipe and everything else.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so you can go if you want to try and bypass it. I'm going
yeah.
to give you, uh, it's
See.
going to be a Comtech, but it's going to be a -3.
That's perfect. So, Isaac's going to use his Seegson system diagnostic device to give himself a +2 to hack doors and computer terminals. And then he's going to use his intense focus talent to take a turn, a couple minutes, to gain a +2 modification to any task. So that means I can roll my Comtech at a +1, I believe.
I don't have that up, but if that's what
Well,
it
it's a
is, yeah.
+4 minus 3 is +1.
Okay. Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant the individual. Yeah. Go ahead.
2 successes.
Okay. Let me move your character real quick. Okay. So there is two doors there, and if you remember, a lot of them do have the two doors. So you open the door for the first one. There's no window, so you bypass it. The first door opens up, and there's a second door on the inside. But again, there's also another Comtex dash right there on the left. If you want to try and get through the second door, you have to do the same thing again. My question would be, are you able to still do all those uh, additional things, or is that once per like a session or
Well,
once per
well,
turn shift?
let me ask you this, the GM. How many successes did he need to open that door?
Uh,
Just the
one.
one?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he has an extra one.
Yeah, can I
Do
use the second
they?
one to
I thought
bypass the
they
second
did
door?
away with that. Did they do away with that?
Well, it's up to the DM, honestly.
I was gonna have them as two independent rolls.
Okay.
Could be like a bonus on the next one.
Yeah,
There's
do a
like,
bonus.
it's GM's choice
I
though.
just
Yeah.
feel like there should be some system to reward multiple successes. And I like the
Yeah.
stunt system. I don't like how they are
Because
written.
because I remember we were doing it that way before, like with the like earlier, especially with the supply rolls. We were doing it with we were doing
Okay.
it that
Because
way.
Yeah, then
the
let's
original
keep it that
one,
way.
because it says here, one of the stunts I could do, if for each success, would be a +1 to a later related roll,
Okay.
or no need to roll again for this exact situation. So I would
Okay.
use that extra stunt to
Yeah.
use
Yeah,
that
that
to
one.
get
I
past the
thought it
second
was
door.
just the first part where it was the you can add a +1. But yeah,
Well,
absolutely, you can
it's
go
any of
ahead.
those times. It's a great system.
Yep. So
All right, so
you
yeah.
that second door, you click it, and the same thing. It's you bypass it, and the door opens up, and then
All
Mother
right,
lights up and flickers, and both doors seal behind you like normal.
all
Ashes
right.
and Ashes is not magically appearing with no sound whatsoever.
Well, I think Ripley's intense focus is what kept him out of sight. So he's going to, look around and get into the seat of the Mother mainframe, and go through the submenus to talk directly to Mother.
Yeah. So it kind of like does the standard thing, and it's and it just starts coming up, and it kind of sits there, and it goes, Akbar Station, Mother System. How may I help you?
What's the story, Mother?
And
And
goes,
basically, it's asking about the situation on the station.
and it goes, security lockdown, person murdered, and it just goes dot dot dot, and then basically waiting for your next question.
It's going to type in xenomorph outbreak. Xenomorph, related to an unknown creature, not the name of it, which it doesn't even have a
Yeah,
name. It's just a standard term. So,
Yep.
it goes unknown details, unknown reports on station.
all right, he's going to then type in, "Can you lift the lockdown?"
It goes, yes.
Will you lift the lockdown?
No.
And it goes, yeah, and it stops, and it just dots off, and it goes, error. Mother being transferred.
Transferred. He's going to type in transferred to where?
And it goes, all right, hit act bar, and like you kind of it breaks out, and it's like doc D C K R.
Deckard.
And there's like spaces between it, and it's kind of like noise in between it.
All right. Uh, not even gonna ask how it can even be transferred, seeing as it's in that entire computer. So I guess he's gonna try and stop the transfer. I guess.
Go for it.
Uh,
Do a
or the,
Comtech.
all right. Uh, he's just gonna
And
use the +2. Oh, what modifiers are there on this thing?
so I was going to say this thing, because you are going to be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I need to fight the. I need to roll against Mother's Comtech roll, right? Whoever rolls more successes
Um,
succeeds. Because that's how I imagine it.
Let me see.
So Mother 6000 has a
Yeah,
Comtech of 5, so I'll be
5.
rolling
Okay.
against that.
Let me get.
Actually,
Okay.
I'll roll now then.
Yeah, you go ahead. Let me pull it up. There we go.
I'm going to push this roll.
Okay,
2
2.
successes. And can computers? Oh, okay.
Nope. So they both went 2.
I believe the defender wins. If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
And then, so with a tie, the defender is going to take it. And the station's one last line's going to come back, and it's going to go, naughty boy.
Alrighty. I guess that's a good point to switch over to the other PCs.
All right.
Very maternal mother.
Well, that's Mother. What are you going to expect?
Yep.
All right. So Isaac was a naughty boy up there. So we come back down here. to the group. This individual, Alexander, is on the ship and he's sitting, well, not on the ship. He is on the loading dock and he's standing there and still at the formal attention, like standing straight up, looking over. And he's like, "Are you coming?" And to recap, I'll say to recap, Gadget is just kind of following, doesn't really have an opinion. Security guard 2 is like, "I've never seen this person before. This is not normal. Normally it's Jim." Tilly is like wanting to get on board from what I've seen, and then Stanley kind of stopped Tilly.
Mm-hmm. I'll look at you said Gadget, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll look at Gadget and just be like, do not remove the point of your weapon from that man.
And he's like, "But why?"
Look, he's fucking creepy, okay?
Gadget, weren't you calling it in? What did they say?
That would have
was
been the
the security
security guard.
Oh, security guard too. Yes, that one.
And then he's like, "Oh." And he's like, "Guys, we have someone on the station over here. They're loading onto the ship. I think they said they have Tade." And meanwhile, this security guard, is just saying this out loud. Like one of those people who has to yell into a microphone versus just talking into a microphone. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen, like, his name's Alexander, but Jim's not here. He said that he's no longer there. Can you guys check this out?" And then you kind of get that calm back and forth, and then like, "Jim, yeah, Jim, what? No, we don't know an Alexander." And Alexander is standing there and he sees this and he's just like, "Well, this is a series of unfortunate events. Sadly, I must exit. Stage left. But please, enjoy, my friends." And he turns and makes his way onto the ship.
Does Tilly have the opportunity to try and grab him or stop him?
I would say, based on Stanley stopping you, you would not be close enough. You would have to run to get there, and you would have to close quite a bit of distance. I'm trying to think how we'd play this out.
Well, if not close enough, not close enough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
it's not one of those you can just reach and grab.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. I think Tilly.
I mean, you can always shoot a bolt. You can always try and shoot a bolt at them as a warning shot to stop them.
I think what Tilly's going to try and do is go run at least and try and put a docking clamp on, enable or something, to try and prevent the ship from taking off. Or
let's see. Yeah, I would say you can absolutely make a mobility roll.
Okay.
To get there in time?
In time. Okay. Yes, you make it over there. Absolutely. And then I would say go ahead and do another roll, which is going to be heavy machinery.
Oh, baby. This is what Tilly's here for. Would there be any appropriate equipment to be using in this situation?
I would say you've been here at the station. You kind of know how this all works. I would say you would have pretty good familiarity because you said you worked on ships and stuff like that. You would know how to clamp it down pretty quickly. So I would say just a normal roll. Go ahead and give it.
Okay.
Are they using a terminal, a wrench, jack?
Usually it's like a switch or like a lever
switch or a button or
sort.
lever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the heavy machinery
Very
is the
so.
knowledge of being able to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tilly's got all the tools.
Go
Roll
ahead and do
stress.
your stress.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh.
Okay, you have these shakes. All skill rolls based on agility get -2. All right.
So with it not calculating my resolve properly, would it be one level lower?
Yes, that's right, because you have the
Because
seen
it's
it
not
all.
the
Yep. So
which I
you can
have
actually switch
correctly
it.
to
So it's going to
aggravated.
be
It's
page 44.
yeah.
So you
I
got
got
the shake, so it's
Uh,
aggravated.
Okay.
So all skill rolls based on empathy get -2 instead.
Great. So
well,
I'll
it's
be
you got
rolling
a
nothing.
result of 4, resolve 3, -1, so yeah, modifier 2. Yeah.
Seems more on par with Tilly's personality too.
All right. Now, role play this for me. Like, how did you go over there and how did you do this? I'm going to say, like, the clamps are right there on the ground. There's a kind of a terminal right there next to the docking pad. How do you go about doing this? Do you run? Do you slide? Do you do a kickflip? How do you do it?
I
Soccer
think
kicks them into position.
yeah, just like Tilly just kind of does a quick run jog, does a little hip slide across a crate, I think, just to avoid going around it. That's the +2 on the mobility roll. And gets there and just, obviously very proficiently just hits all the right things to flip things into place, and somehow none of the tools on all the don't seem to bounce around too much in spite of there being a lot of tools that Tilly's got.
Okay. So you're gonna be right here on the edge. I'm gonna move this ship back a little bit. So like right around here is kind of that docking area. I'm going to have the security guard kind of being right about there. Gadgets just kind of be standing with them. Where are you gonna be standing there? Are you gonna be right next to those two?
Yeah, no, I am not leaving the people with the guns.
Okay. Yeah, so the security guard kind of turns, he goes, were you able to lock it down?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was able to lock it down. I think Tate is on there too, so I'm not sure how you want to handle it. Yeah, and you hear it coming through. Just wait there. We'll send some people over. Okay. And you kind of, I would say, Stanley, you kind of hear him kind of talking through this. Tilly, you should be able to hear most of this. Maybe not the back end of it, but you would probably hear definitely the security guard with how obnoxiously loud he is, and he likes telling everybody what's going on.
He just wanted to be a narrator.
Yeah. Stanley, give me an observation roll
I'm
-1.
already at -2. Okay. Right.
Okay. So if you want to push it, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, I'll give that a push.
Okay.
Hey.
Wow.
Through my
Stanley.
panic, I see all.
Nice.
Right next to security guard 2, next to one of the crates, you kind of see something like moving.
Ooh.
And as you look, you see this large leathery egg looking case. And it seems to be kind of have like slime or something around it. And it almost looks alive.
Mm.
And it's like it's breathing almost. And as you look, you see another one next to it. And well, let's see if we can duplicate this one. Oh well. And then you kind of
Another
look,
one.
you
Another one.
see another one by it. So you see 3 eggs kind of all around behind these crates.
3 eggs next to the 3 people.
Uh, would you stress from seeing this weird egg thing?
Like, would I get stress?
Yes.
I mean, I could argue that I just gained distress from trying to see them.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I don't know what those are,
yeah.
obviously.
That's why I'm like, I'm leaving that one to you. Nothing's really, they're just there.
Yeah, I mean, like I see these things or whatever. Obviously, they look organic of some sort. And I mean, like I'll point them out to the who would be closer, the
security guard too is
red
closer.
security guard, red shirt or
Red shirt.
I'll point it out to the security guard there. Like, the hell is that?
And he turns, he looks, he goes, "Oh, I don't.
That
I've never
that part
seen
of your
those."
that's not part of your supply run.
No, I've never seen eggs like that. Trust me, I would know if they were serving eggs like that over at the restaurant.
Nobody said they were eggs. You're in on it too.
The egg shape. Yeah, so he's sitting there. Tilly, what would you be doing? You locked the door, the clamps on it. Would you be making your way back, or are you staying right there? What are you doing in this interim?
So, and are there any like window ports out that I could observe the ship?
I would think so. I would imagine
Yeah.
on the docking station there would definitely be window ports that you can kind of look out.
Okay. Well, I think Tilly's just going to be focused on making sure that the buddy that she kind of let get taken away isn't going to be fully taken away, and is just making sure that, like, just observing, keeping an eye on the ship.
Yeah, and as you're looking out, you actually look and see the ship doesn't have its engines on, and it's not turning on or anything.
Okay.
And we're gonna go back up to Isaac. All right, back up in the, I guess that'd be north, not north, top. I don't know how to describe up. North Pole, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, up.
You would use a ship
What would that be?
terms here.
Back at the tippity top, official language. Yeah, so Isaac, you just got naughty Boyd. What would you like to do?
So that was just what it said. That single prompt.
Yep.
Does interacting with going back into the other menus of this computer, can I do anything, or do I just get locked out?
It appears to just kind of like sit there. And so like you can still type, but it looks different. Like
Different-
normally if you look at it, like everything's green, it's going. and it's flowing, but it's almost like now it's changed slightly, just ever
Like
so
if somebody's
slightly, where it looks very just slightly different. Something's not quite right, but it just says naughty boy, and it's like dot dot dot, like it's waiting for an input.
well, he's worked with a
What's
lot
the
of
safe word?
virus.
Yeah.
He's worked with a lot of viruses, and he knows computer ones as well. So he's obviously seen that somebody's hacked into the mainframe, so to speak, somehow. So he's going to see if he can't just escape this. He knows how to override the lockdown by going down to the corporate zone, see if he can't get Akbar's key card. But more importantly, he's going to try and reconvene with the crew so that at least they can all stick together as a group.
Okay.
So he's
Yeah.
going to try and leave and make his way back to the medical center and meet up back with Eli.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me another mobility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
Easy peasy. You make your way over, no issue. Eli kind of like hits the lock. The doors come back up. Whoa! You just moved the map all the way back across the map.
Oops.
I was like, who did that? Now I'm hacked. No, it's like
This is what happens when you type as a character.
the GM slip
Yeah.
makes everyone sus. That's yeah. So Eli sitting there, he's like, how'd it go?
Not good. I tried to interact with the mainframe, but it appears that there's another agent on board. They appear to have hacked into the mother's mainframe somehow, which means they're likely on site or have transmitted a signal from nearby.
What do you mean another agent on board? There's
Another actor, another group of interest.
gotcha. Okay.
Something or someone brought that creature aboard, and there's no signs of it prior, which means it's either in an area that nobody knew about, or this is a very recent development. In any
Well,
case, it might be best if if I reconvene with my crew, or the crew I'm part of. We'll be able to put our heads together and find a solution, if they are still alive.
Die together.
yeah, okay. So what do we do? Do we just take the elevator down?
Well, the station's on lockdown. I assume the elevator can only be used by authorized personnel.
Oh, yes, that does make sense.
It's a lockdown, after all. You don't want people moving around.
Well, I've always been locked down here, so I've never really thought about that.
How often does this station go on lockdown?
Last
About a week.
lockdown was the murder of the marshal, and that was over a month ago. Before that, I couldn't tell you.
That's the problem with these small ports like these. They're always run by tyrants. But that's not what we came here to discuss. Let's take the ladders down. At the very least, we can stop by the Turian Labs, pick up some additional equipment.
Yeah, more equipment. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds great. I'll follow you.
All right, stock up on any additional chemicals you need. A first aid kit, perhaps, might be best.
Yeah, and he just like starts like shoving different things into his pants and
Yep.
just like filling them up every pocket with whatever he can.
Isaac is then going to make his way towards the central elevator shaft and open the hatch as directed by Eli to open up try and get on the ladders.
Okay. Roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 5.
5. Yeah, you do it. It basically makes no real sound. Like it, you go and you open it up. It's like shh, 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 and it just like makes that normal sound, but it's not like you slipped and you banged it or anything. It was just like you had to clean, but it makes a little bit of a noise. But nothing out of the absolute ordinary.
Okay. How well lit is the elevator shaft?
I'm going to say it's probably about, I would say, let's say probably like 6 levels at least. Because to give separation between each area, um, I'd say six stories between the two.
Okay. So he
So
is going to get on the ladder and start climbing down until he can reach the concourse.
yeah, absolutely. Um, Trying to think. So I've always thought about this. Whenever you see those like elevator shafts and stuff, and you see the like ladder going down, I'm like, why don't like I always thought like why don't you have a ladder going down partway and then a landing spot, and then you have you walk to the other side and you have the landing going down partway, and then you have a landing spot, and then that way you're going down and you have kind of have like a catch-all, even though it's only like a few feet. That way it saves you from just a straight fall down like in every movie. Um, so that's how I want
Because
you to.
that would cost more money.
I know,
Yeah, it's
but
alien. It's
it's
not safe.
safety. It's safety. Oh,
Safety,
but
safety's weird. But I'm like I imagine like
Well,
there's like an inset, like a place where you stop and
yeah,
like there'd be a circular thing we can go around and do maintenance on certain panels and
yeah.
junctions.
yeah.
So actually, I do have an answer for that. Safety people are supposed to have
The clamps.
the
Yeah.
locking clamps, yeah. And people who aren't like maintenance people aren't supposed to be back here anyway.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, I mean these are it's like for emergencies as well.
Yeah.
So he's gonna keep climbing down until he reaches the concourse.
Go ahead and give me. I
Stamina.
was like stamina or strength. I'll leave it to you.
Well,
stamina is usually for the if you're going places. So
Okay.
I am going places. Like
climbing lots of stairs, climbing ladders for a long time,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
I don't see how like
Because your arms and stuff, I can see you can see it
yeah
both ways from a
that's literally
strength.
stamina though.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily
Yes, it is.
in real life.
Strength would be
Strength is forcing a door open. It's pushing someone down. It's lifting
Yeah.
something up. Stamina is trying to keep your grip, trying to like push past stuff.
Yeah.
Like endurance.
Try not to get tired.
Yeah.
Gonna push that.
Yep.
1 success.
All right.
Keeping cool.
Keeping cool. Yeah, you go and I would say if we wanted to make it dramatic, it would be that scene where you start to slip, but you catch yourself immediately. But yeah, Eli's right behind you and he's just kind of going through. Let's see, you would go through, so that would get you about, let's say, halfway. And then let's do it one more time.
Okay, because like the alternative is I fall to my death, right?
Not from 3 stories. 6 stories, you would probably, it depends on where and how you land.
I just don't see like because okay, I'm a success.
3 stories isn't that high as you think.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, 30 feet is pretty. It's still pretty high.
Oh yeah. Yep. So you went ahead and got that.
Yep.
So yeah, you go through and you make it your way all the way down. You make your way down to the bottom. And we will go back over to the bottom group. Tilly, you are looking and you see the ship and it's not turning on. The engine's not kicking on. It doesn't appear to even be trying to leave.
Yeah, is Tilly going to go around the corner and find the 4th egg, or? I think, yeah, Tilly's, I think, satisfied that her work is being done well and is going to rejoin
Just
the fellas over
my work
here.
here is done.
Yeah. All right, so we
What's
will. Yeah, go
what are
ahead.
y'all worried about over here?
The security guard just is kind of looking. He's like, "We got these weird leathery things. They appear to be wet. Like, I don't. Have you ever seen Jim drop these off?"
No.
Just the dead stare at the camera.
Yeah. And he radios in. He's like, "Hey, guys, we got some weird looking things here. They're just slimy. They look like they're breathing or moving. I I don't know. They kind of look like an oval. Have you guys seen anything like this?" And all of a sudden, you just kind of hear the deputy come across. He goes, "Security 2, we can't see what you're seeing. So, no, that's not going to help." Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
Go get a closer look at it. You know, you need to be able to describe it in detail.
Yeah. And he's sitting there. He's like, "I'm not going near that." He goes, "We just wait here for the rest of the people to come by, right? You guys gonna wait with me, right?"
Looks back, there's just like dotted outlines of everybody else.
The blink, 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 where their
Yeah.
silhouettes used to be. Yeah, and as he's like kind of looking at you, um, we will do a group observation here. So whoever wants to, Stanley or Tilly, observation with a +1 modifier.
Well, I think it might be a little even now because I'm at a -2, so I don't know what what your observation stat is right now.
Not bad, not
I'm at
bad.
I'm at an observation 1 right now with a -2. I mean, and then +1.
Okay, let's see if I haven't tried to do modifiers on the skill rolls on the system yet, so I'll see.
Oh, like what's your base thing for right now? Okay, yeah, you got
Yep. So go ahead and do your stress
be about
response,
the
and don't
same.
for, and then just remember to subtract 1 from whatever that result is.
Yeah. So this was not a passive observation then.
You did get 1 success. You'll just have to see what the stress resolves first. Yeah, you're frantic. Wait, that's frantic. So you would get the
So at
shakes.
Those are
4,
Yep.
shakes.
which he already has.
Well, it's
Oh,
aggravated
and then
and
you're
Aggravated.
twitchy.
Yeah.
Twitchy. There.
and I was looking at Twitchy. Twitchy is actually a one-time effect
Okay.
because it's like you have to make a supply roll on something. So I'm not sure, and that was the last session. So,
Okay. Then
but
yeah, if it's 1 time, then go ahead and you can go ahead and get rid of that.
Yeah. That's a panic response too. It's not a stress response.
yeah, I think I might have been hitting the wrong button as well. So if anything, I probably would have aggravated or shakes like I have now. So
Yeah, and as you're looking, you see one of these leathery things as the security card 2 turns around, starts to flower open, and the 4 petals kind of turn back. And you kind of see like this membrane that looks like meat, fat, or a liver, or
Like
chicken.
raw chicken. Yeah.
And it just kind of like slides to the side and goes down, and it looks like there might be like something moving in there.
Well, Tilly says,
Who's
I
the curious one?
I don't care much for flowers, and pulls out her cutting torch.
Okay. So your intention is to go out there and use your cutting torch on whatever this thing is.
Just burn it. Yeah.
Okay.
Grill the chicken.
Let's
You
see.
know the way that you see like the chefs with the blowtorch and everything like that. Just gonna sear the tops of it.
So I think this is going to be an opposed close combat roll.
Okay.
Because you're going in for a close combat, and
Yeah.
it's coming out for a close combat.
Yes. Now I've got a little technical issue.
Okay.
Where in my gear, my mechanical cutting torch is set as an item, but I don't have the weapon profile.
Okay. I will.
I'm not sure. The
All right. I just
Best
made one
with-
available.
okay. Or yeah, because
Are you able to see it underneath the suitcase where it says items? It would be under, if you just search up there, cutting in the top
Okay.
right.
There we go.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay.
All right.
Then-
So you are going in. How would we? So you're going in for close combat. I'm trying to see what the oppose is. There really an opposed for that one? I see special attacks, and you can have wrestle and grapple and disarm.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
So it's not going to be a
Using
surprise.
am I using the cutting torch roll with it? Because I think it gives it a bonus.
Let me look at this. So yeah, I think the oppose is going to be more for the skill rolls, not for the attack. So yeah, I will give you the advantage, and you get to go first. So go ahead and give me a comtech, or sorry, not a comtech, a cutting torch. Close combat. So you should just be able to click the cutting torch.
Engaged, yeah. General aim. Base modifier. Okay.
Kill it with fire. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and do your stress response.
No, that's just the ammo supply roll. Is where the
Oh, that's
stress
an
is on.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. So I got
Minus,
just
yeah.
4 successes. So that's
yeah.
like
I didn't even
that's
realize
6
it does
damage,
that.
6 damage.
Yeah. So it's dead. One of them's dead. And so the one that kind of opened up, it flowers open, and you just go through with a cutting torch and cut straight through. And in the interim, there is this thing that looks like a hand, and it's kind of going around, and the cutting torch is just going straight down the middle of it. And as you're doing this, it's blood. Well, what appears to be it's fluid of some sort that is coming out, is kind of pooling into the leathery egg, and it's holding there. But then it overflows a little bit where you cut, and a stream of this green liquid seems to come out. And at first, it's a lot of like viscous fluid, extra fluid that's coming out, and it kind of just spills out, and it looks like a slimy snot mixture going out. But then this slight green fluid comes out, and as it comes down, it drips, and it goes onto the floor, and appears to be burning through the metal little by little. As each drop comes down, it burns a little bit more. And inside that egg is holding a lot of that, whatever this green mixture substance is. But it ever so often is dripping down. And you are in the docking area, which it does have some substantial material underneath, don't get me wrong. But it still is a docking area.
Yeah.
And Stanley, I imagine you would be seeing this as well?
Muted there.
You're muted.
Yeah. I assume that there are abhorrent and unholy sounds coming from this as this is going on as well.
Yes, I was going to say each of you would probably get at least 1 point of stress.
There you go.
Yeah. Tilly, knowing what would happen if we get decompression, would definitely be stressed by this.
Yeah,
And
so like we see like this fluid like drip over the side of it basically.
yeah, you basically cut down through the egg, I would imagine, because he sees it and he's just cutting and nothing's come out. So there's only one way to cut an egg shaped thing, I imagine, is straight down, unless you're just gonna jam
Yeah.
straight in. I don't.
Yeah, that would actually be a question. Is like, Tilly,
Yeah.
are you cutting the outside, or are you like sticking
Yeah.
your hand
Are
in
you
there?
going in,
and,
or I just assumed you'd be going through the outside.
Yeah, I don't think Tilly's gonna intentionally. Yeah, I think like as you described, like in half, top
Okay.
down.
Yeah, I don't. It would be abnormal to kind of go down, I feel like. But yeah, as he cuts through, you see this like hand thing, like kind of flicker against the side, and then kind of like drop to the bottom of this thing, this leathery cocoon.
This is the open
egg.
one.
That's the open one, and
That's a very lazy facehugger.
Yep, and it's been cut down the side, and a lot of the internal liquid came out, and then this green substance is coming out and slowly burns the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, while Stanley might not be like a ship maintenance person or an engineer, he recognizes what acid basically does to metal and is like, maybe we should go.
And I would say Gadget just kind of looks at you and goes, "Let's get the out of here." As he kind of sees, and each kind of drop is just kind of hitting, and that little hole just keeps like expanding little by little. And the security guard too kind of backs up and is just kind of like clutching his microphone, and he's just like looking at it, and he's like, the floor's burning, opening. I and then you see the other two eggs that are there start to get movement as well and start turning. And then from inside the bowels of the ship, you hear a large animal-like beast scream. I'm waiting for it. I know Stanley has it ready to go. And that is where we're gonna pause for a short break. We're gonna take a 5-minute break.
There it is.
That's it. And you hear that come from the ship, from the bowels of the ship. And that's where we're gonna pause as Isaac is up top. He went into Mother, came back, made some Molotov cocktails, made his way down the elevator shaft to the next floor, which has the communication relay, a concourse that goes with it, and then the Turian Labs, which has been converted into storage area. He's mentioned possibly getting some equipment there. And our crew at the bottom seems to have found some leathery footballs and have cut one open after Tilly's just being crazy, running around, like sliding across boxes, clamping down ships, cutting up things he has no idea what they are, and just getting successes all around. And seems like as the metal is starting to eat away by whatever is coming out of this thing, the crew down here seems like they might want to get out of the docking area. So, Isaac, you have just made your way down there. What would you like to do next?
So having just made it down, stretching his muscles a bit or his arms, he's going to look around, making sure the coast is clear, and once he's certain that nothing's going to immediately jump out at them, he's going to hmm. First, he's going to make his way towards the communication tower relay. He thinks if somebody was able to contact Mother, they would either have to send a signal through the ship system itself or through the relay. So he's gonna go there first before going all the way around to the Turian labs, then back through the emergency ladder.
Okay. So with that, I would say as you start making your way down, uh you would notice that there is a revolver on the ground.
Just laying there.
Yep.
There's no person, blood. It's just on the floor. Is it like by the side of the wall or in the middle of the hallway? Or
It's
of the
like
corridor?
the stairwell you just came down. It's like it would have, like, if it had hit the ground and kind of slid to the side.
All right.
So if you would,
He's gonna pick it up and check how many rounds there are left in it.
yep, you have a fully loaded 357 Magnum revolver.
So that's an ammo supply of 2, isn't it?
Um, I
Because
am
how
not
like
sure. Oh, whoops. It says need to reload. I'm not sure what the standard.
well the ammo supply for pistols is generally 2. So under gear and weapons, so
It
handguns.
says
That'd be
ammo 1 for the 357 because I think it's probably
all
a
right.
6 shooter. So you're not gonna probably it only has 6 bullets.
Well, we don't keep track of ammo that way. It's just if
Yeah,
I roll a 1, then I'm out of ammo.
yeah, and that's what I would
Yeah, I'll be
imagine because it's much smaller. I would say normal pistols usually have about a 10 to 15 round clip into it. So I
yeah.
would say
So,
because of
oh,
that,
no
it probably is
magazines, right?
yeah,
So yeah, ammo supply of 2, but for the 357 it's 1.
yeah,
That's perfect. Yeah, so he's gonna look it over, and he's gonna look towards Eli, who's right behind him.
yep.
While you were learning to patch up wounds, were you also taught how to make new ones?
Th- make new ones.
He's holding up the gun.
Oh, yeah. Point, pull the trigger.
You've used firearms, right?
Yeah, point, pull the trigger.
You're not exactly filling me with confidence here.
I mean, I don't sit here and shoot every single day. Have
But
I
you've been
fired a
to
weapon?
training courses. Yes.
I mean,
Have to.
yeah, I went to some.
Well, it's more than I have, so I'll leave this with you. Please, only fire this when I'm not standing in front of the barrel. Or if we're not near a bulkhead or window.
All right, let me add it. Went ahead, I added it. Ammo is 1. Okay. Oh, whoops. Let me see. Is there a difference between the new one and the old one? Nope, not that I can really see. Yeah, so Eli kind of takes it and he's like, ooh, much heavier than the ones we've used. And he's like
How soon?
pulling it up. He's like, oof, got some weight to it.
It's a revolver, I imagine it does.
The ones we had were much, much lighter.
I would refute you if I knew more information about firearms, but just get used to the wait quickly. I'm heading toward the communications tower. If I can find out exactly what sent this signal to interact with Mother, I'll find it there. If not, at the very least, I can send out a distress signal. See if we can't get a ship to come in. Might take a few weeks, but at least someone will know what happened.
No, no, what happened?
We're in a small, building-sized station, floating in the middle of space. Are we in orbit of any planet, or are we just like,
Nope.
are we in a? Right.
It is just floating through space. It has
What?
a slight propulsion just to keep it.
Okay. So it's not orbiting any planetary body. It's just in the
Nope.
middle of space, empty
Yep.
space.
Yep.
Empty space.
Okay.
Between systems.
Floating in the middle of empty space. What do you think is going to happen?
We survive.
Just make sure you save one bullet in that chamber. On a second thought, make that two. And Isaac is gonna make his way towards the communication tower.
And you see him like start to open it up and like start to like pull the bullets out. He's like, okay, two.
No, keep them. Fuck. Give me that gun.
And he kind of like pulls it and like it's still the two bullets are in his hand. The gun is not put together because it's still just like opened up for you to like rechamber, and he like kind of hands you it by
He's
the
gonna grab the bullets and put them back in the gun. He's gonna keep it on his belt or in one of his pockets.
thought you, okay, but whatever. Go ahead and do a mobility check as you make your way to the communication tower.
He's shaky.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you make your way. You're still quiet, nothing out of the ordinary. You're not tripping, you're not falling, you're not banging on things.
Okay.
All right, so you make your way over to the communication relay. I would say it is fairly operational. Like it does have the lockdown, but it's not locked down like that. It's more of a lockdown of the station itself. And so you can still it still has the terminal connections to the rest of the station itself. And so it's like communication to security station, communication to like all the different places.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
He'd like to see if he can't find a terminal that shows inbound and outbound communications between the station and ships that have come into dock in the past few days or weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe did you get that information? Did you course her out of the administrative office last time? Did you get that?
I don't believe so.
Couldn't remember.
I
was the
asked about it,
closest
but I
one to
never got
that.
info about it.
Okay.
I
Couldn't
mean,
remember.
I think the only thing that we did related to that was me getting our own like passage code or something like that.
Yeah, I know you did the search of the NEP. Um, but yes, I would say as you're there, you're able to see inbound and outbound. You can't see exactly what, but you can see traffic happening back and forth. And when you look, I would say you're seeing initial logs. And from anything outside the station, you are seeing it from a ship that is popping up in the logs. and the ship is a registered ship. And the ship, as you keep looking, is actually the supply ship that is docked at the station uh, down at Dock B.
What is the name of the ship?
I would say the ship is the USS Regular Resupply.
Okay. Does it have a cargo manifest?
Yeah, so the cargo manifest is going to be the same essential, like, because this ship comes so often, it has you'd be able to pull it up and you'd be able to see all the different manifests for it in the past, and it all looks the same based on what's happened previously. Give me a passive roll so you don't have to worry about stress. Give me a passive, let me see. Would it be
Let's see how
observation
many
or
eggs
cop tech?
are on the
Oh,
transport.
Sorry. What were you saying,
Nothing
Michael?
important.
Oh, okay. um,
What are you trying to figure out for
I'm
observation
trying to
content?
figure out whether it's a comtech or observation roll. I think it would be more of an observation. You're trying to see if there's any
Are you
discrepancy in
using?
the logs.
Ooh.
I think that could go either way, and I think I could leave it to the player to decide.
well,
Do you have a
So
preference?
Comtech is usually for like actually pulling stuff up. I would say
Yeah.
observation would be to actually notice anything wrong.
yes, observation.
All right, go ahead and do that for me.
Success.
Yeah. Uh, Oddly enough, like you look and you kind of look through it and it all looks the same, but then you notice these logs are the same one as it was from 5 months ago. The exact same one. All they did was change the date.
Okay. So it's not the real
This is
log.
the same
So we don't
security
know.
footage from last week.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So knowing this, or rather knowing that you don't know what's on this ship, um, yeah, I guess not sure what else to know aside from
Yeah. Do you want to contact anyone else on the ship, on the
I
station?
guess
Sorry, or
yeah, I guess he's gonna try and contact Captain Akbar in the corporate zone, see if he can't like open up a channel, like a video feed.
yeah. I would say you go ahead and you're able to dial directly to the corporate zone. You would originally get Rowan because Rowan is the one who vets and does everything at the station for Dr. Akbar. Uh, and Rowan gets on the comm, like comes up. You would notice him from the first time you boarded. You remember when you board the station, he's the first person that checked everyone in, kind of did a scan. Um, and that would kind of be your first interaction. So you would see him come up onto it, and he looks at you and he goes, "Who are you? What are you doing on this communication tower?"
On this communication tower. Oh, is he in
Yep.
with us or is he on the screen?
He's on the screen, and he
Oh,
could
what does it
see
mean?
that you're
What does it mean on this tower?
because you were over here at the communication tower relay, right?
Yeah, but
So you're over here at the
I
communication
know.
tower. You would
Yep.
see you would know where it's calling from.
Right. Does Isaac Grayson,
Uh,
doctor aboard the Astral Ventures?
oh, you're that new ship that came in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you aware of the situation? It's rather dire. Extremely so.
What do you know?
I know that one of your routine supply ships has faked their manifest and appears to have brought a xenomorph on board the station.
you're able to figure that out.
What exactly is going on here?
Well, I don't know who those people are or what that is that came with them. All I know is it docked here under the premise of our routine supply ship. We didn't catch the log discrepancy, which is another issue in itself. It used our code to be able to access uh, our station using the normal procedures and everything else. So it must have just been lax. Either way, we have a problem on board, and whatever they have brought on board is causing problems right now. What do you know about it?
From what I saw, it's fast and lethal. I saw it tear through 3 people in a matter of seconds. It has a strong exoskeleton, which means conventional firearms will do little to no damage. I haven't encountered it yet, thankfully, but I believe it's only a matter of time.
So,
What sort of security systems do you have aboard this station, aside from security personnel?
and he kind of turns and he goes, "One moment." And the channel cuts out and it cuts back on, and you're now talking to Dr. Akbar, and she's kind of like at her center, like a big desk, and she's sitting in the middle of it, and she goes, "The security to be able to handle this is mainly directed on keeping things out, not moving things out."
Surely you must have cameras in order to observe where this creature might be.
Sure,
Mother appears to
but
be compromised. I'll have you let you know.
yes,
Likely
I
by the scene.
tried to override because I saw that it was being. So that was you down there. I was trying to take control because I saw that someone entered Mother, and in the process of me trying to transfer it up here to corporate, something in the interim took control from me.
Okay.
We have an administrative dedicated line that will transfer
How?
Mother
But
from there to here.
how do you transfer an entire mainframe? That's the reason why it's built. You can cut off access, but it's not like you can move the entire thing.
No, but you only need the subset of data. You don't need everything to
Subset of
process.
data. That's the whole mainframe. It's an artificial intelligence.
And you have a choice. You either lose everything or you try and retain what you can.
Clearly, computer science is not your forte. What matters is, you must have heavier firepower if you're ordered to clear off boarders or raiders. There must be some sort of equipment you might have to deal with this threat.
A lot of our weapons are small firearms because we're on a station, but most of the weapons
This
we
used to be a
have,
UC. Doesn't this used to be a Colonial Marines garrison? Surely it must have some heavier firepower.
and all of that falls onto the turrets and the railguns on the station. Everything else was taken with. We have some rifles, we have shotguns, we have some pistols, but all the actual military equipment was removed from the station upon purchase, and before it was sent into a shut down, desolate station in the interim. Because I'm thinking of having the station evacuate onto our what would equivalent be the USCSS Morocco, our interim ship that we have to help use for defense, and that way we can try and get people off of this station as fast as possible. And then we also have a small little gunship as well that we could also get people off of that way.
What you need to do is disable this lockdown. It's not helping anybody. And I assume the creature is able to move throughout the system's ventilation network. It's the only way I haven't encountered a thing yet.
Yes, that could be probably the case why we haven't been able to, but we've also had some EM interference as well. We have our cameras, but every so often they flicker out and then we are able to get back control of them. So whatever took control of the mainframe likely is working on trying to interfere with our cameras. But Rowan is working on trying to maintain control of that along with our other administrative office personnel. But you are right. I will work on getting this lockdown overridden, as clearly we are no longer looking for someone who is the killer. We are trying to deal
A
with whatever is
dangerous
on board.
biolife, and whoever brought it aboard.
And then she goes, we are over here in the corporate zone. We are going to work on having the marshals and security work on getting everyone to the Morocco or the gunship. And then if they are unable to, get to the escape pods themselves.
Are these standard EEVs? Do they have hypersleep pods?
No, these are small
Class A?
individual pods that shoot out. If I'm trying to think,
So they're Class A EEVs.
is it? Yeah, I was like, is that Class A?
Yeah, those are the coffins.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
I believe it's only Class C and above that have hypersleep. Could be wrong.
I think you're right. I was just going to say whichever one the smallest ones are. And then she'll go, we have the Class A, and then we use the Morocco and the gunship to go about picking them up if need be. And then we're going to pause there and then go back to the crew at the bottom. The crew at the bottom, you all were talking about maybe walking out of there very slowly.
We were talking about getting out of here, yes. The pace of which we did not specify.
All right, so I will throw it over to you guys to decide how you're going to roleplay and what you're going to do.
Okay. The other two eggs, or two of the other eggs were opening up, I believe, before we had switched.
They hadn't opened up yet, but they were starting to get some movement.
Ah, okay.
Similar to what the first one was kind of doing.
Okay. And then we heard the screaming from inside the. What did you say it was inside the
ship.
the shuttle thing, or inside the station?
It was inside the ship, the resupply ship, USS Resupply.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Stanley's already kind of starting to like back away toward the door.
Okay. Gadget would probably follow with you while keeping an eye on whatever is going on. And Tilly, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think Tilly is going to be like, this section's in serious risk of losing its integrity. Let's get the hell out of here.
All right. So are you all going to move fast? Are you going to move slow? What's your take here?
I think given the situation, haste is probably the chosen mode of transportation here.
Okay. Yeah, so the four of you kind of make your way up pretty quickly over to the door that you entered with those big bulkhead doors, the big
Mhm.
gray ones that kind of seal. And as you are making your way to those doors, and you're like probably about, I'm gonna say probably about like 10 feet from the door, you're gonna hear thump, 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 thump. And it like starts off in the distance and it's getting closer, and then you hear it stop right as you all get to the door, and it's not visible. It's by no means like over here yet. It's still gonna be. It's gonna sound like it's just around the corridor,
Mm.
almost where you just were. And as it's there, it's going to give another scream, and you're gonna hear that that loud, animalistic noise, and you're gonna hear it pick up again as you all are making your way through that door lock. And you hear it getting louder and louder as it's coming down this hallway that you all just came from. What do you do?
Well, Tilly definitely hit the lock button as walking past the door.
Okay. So you get through the doorway and you hear this loud noise and this screeching coming closer, and the door closes and you lock it from your side.
Yeah.
All right. And as that door closes and it seals and you lock it in, you hear the stomping, though muffled, kind of get to the doorway, and it smacks against the door. And then you hear that loud, like, screech again. It's not nearly as loud because it's definitely muffled, but it's like traveling through the vents and stuff. And so you hear it again. And that is where we are going to pause for tonight's evening stream. So we are going to do experience points. So that is page 30. So everyone gets 1 point.
Mhm.
Nice.
Did you risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda?
Nope.
Did you risk your life for your buddy PC?
Nope.
Did you challenge or stand up to your rival PC?
Nope.
I don't think anyone made a panic roll. I don't think we did anything this time.
Nope, just stress.
Did you overcome a dangerous event using violent or non-violent means? I would say the bottom half did. And then trying to think, Isaac, did you? Would you say you did anything?
Dangerous? To
Yeah.
overcome a dangerous event? No, not really.
Whoops, I moved it. Did you make a significant discovery or revelation? I would say yes for
They,
everybody.
Yeah.
they found the eggs. I found the manifest.
Yeah. Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? I'm gonna go yes for sure for Tilly. Doing a ollie off of the box on the way over to doing a kickflip to knock that all off. I'll leave that to you, Isaac, because you bypassed a mother mainframe, like getting through that. I can see that being an extraordinary action, but I'll defer to you.
I mean, I just got through the doors and I tried just like over stopping whatever command was being sent to it via another terminal. So I didn't really do anything that extraordinary.
Okay. And no money was earned. So that is where we are. Let's flip it back over.
I just want Tilly to get the extraordinary thing, not for the box, but for making scrambled eggs.
Fair. They were a little bit acidic. I think he used a little too much pepper or paprika or something on it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that is where we are going to end tonight's stream. Does anybody have a sign-off statement that they have ready to go or want to say? Going once? Going twice?
This is
I got-
only supposed.
Oh.
This is supposed to just be a stop off at the station. In, out, and on our way. Where did it all go wrong?
All right. So that's where we're going to end tonight. As always, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, and we will see you next week. And we'll see what the crew gets into on the station as things are slowly speeding up and getting a little bit spicier. We'll see what new revelations may appear and what the crew decides to do, along with the rest of the people on the station. So everybody have a great evening, and we will see you next week. Have a good one.
Take care, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Danger. The emergency disrupt system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-minus 5 minutes.